Welcome to the Empower Me Show with Pam Bright. This show is all about honoring you as a spiritual being, having a human experience. You are here for a reason, and it's no mistake that you are here on Earth right now. Spirit has guided you to this very moment in time, so you could hear the messages Pam is about to share with you. She is a multidimensional healer, light language channel, transformation coach, wife and mother, committed to helping you discover the tools and practices to empower you to live the best life you can. You get to choose the spirit path you take. You can connect to the spiritual guidance already all around you. Get ready to live a fully empowered life. This is the Empower Me Show.
To the Empower Me Show. My name is Pam Bright, and it is Thursday, whatever date it is, I don't remember. Oh, it's the 20th. The 20th. It's what I found out is it's the new moon today. So those of you who follow astrology can kind of tune in to that energy for today. And we are talking about all things horses and all things women's empowerment and all things spiritual and, all of the stuff that I love, which is all the woo-woo yumminess of the earth. So welcome to the Empower Me Show. I'm here with my dear friend, Katherine Finley, and the Sovereign Heart Coaching Institute. We're making it an institute for you. That's the next level up, because we're all about leveling up for the next phase of our development. So welcome, Katherine, to this episode. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. So glad to be here, Pam.
Yay! So Katherine comes to us from Costa Rica, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the weather doing over there today?
Well, I am on the west coast side on the Nicoya Peninsula, and it is quite hot. We haven't entered the rainy season yet, so it's in like the 90s every day.
Wow.
Sticky,
oh my
hot.
gosh.
Getting in the oceans, like the reprieve that everyone must get every day.
Oh,
yeah.
For those of us who are in the northwest of the states, it is cold. And I hear that the weather all across the world right now is just wackadoodle, kind of like the energy of the planet. Lots of mixed up, stirring energies going on as we have entered spring now. But the weather is actually showing signs of the way the state of the world is right now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I really agree with you. We are in a time of, it feels like a chaotic time, right? And in that, there's this opportunity to like re-envision our world to be more in alignment with how we would like it, how we would love it, how it could serve all of us and the planet better. But when we're in the middle of that, it can feel quite chaotic.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Well, as transformation coaches, that's our commitment, is to get us realigned, get you realigned to who you truly are as a soul having a human experience. That's what I'm committed to. And I believe that's what you're committed to as well, Katherine, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Cool.
I mean, if we could imagine ourselves in a world where we were all in alignment with our divine essences, right? I mean, we would so easily find harmony with each other and all beings. So that's
absolutely
what I dream of.
Absolutely. Well, I have a saying, and I've had a saying for a while, so I'm just going to share it with all of you, that what if each of us individually took 100% responsibility for our own lives and our own selves? That would make a transformation in us, as well as, let's take it on as a globe, as a human collective. And if we were to do that, it would transform the entire planet. So take that as an invitation for you.
Yeah,
Take it as an invitation. Yeah. So we're going to do some grounding here today, because that's what we love to do. I like to make sure that we are all on the same page with really having all of our essence inside of our human selves instead of scattered out and about in different places so that we aren't really present. So I want to bring us present to right now at this moment, because this moment is it, guys. There's no other moment besides right now. We can think about the other moments. We can think about our past. We can think about our future. We can think about all the other things other than us speaking to each other right here. But my invitation to you is that you come back to this moment right here, listening to our voices, seeing our faces, come back to right now. So to do that, if you're in a place where you can close your eyes, I invite you to do that. If you need to be conscious and awake, driving or doing other work, then go ahead and be responsible for that. And those of you who can close your eyes, just simply allow yourself to come into your breath. Feeling that breath coming in through your nose and then out through your mouth. And really allow yourself to hear that breath coming out. And if you can't hear with your physical ears that breath, then allow your inner ears to hear what comes out through that breathing. And as you do this process, it automatically sends a signal to your brain to slow down your energy field, your body system, if you will. Our brains are wired to listen to our commands. If command is too harsh of a word for you, then replace it with suggestion, request, intention. Just allow your breathing to dictate how you're being right now in your body. And I'm going to do a little bit of sounding with you called light language. And because it's coming through Pam Bright as the vessel, we call it bright language. So we're going to bring some bright language into this moment now. Just allow yourself to feel your body, especially your feet, as they are connected to the earth. Abe, Abe, oh, Nanahi, Anaheya, Ananayehi, Ooh, Ooh, Yasetandaye, Iantahe, Iantahe, Ayanaya. And slowly you can just start coming back into that physical breath and allow that breath to center right where your heart space is. I have a center point in my own body system where I put one hand on my heart, one hand on my solar plexus, my power center, also known as the third chakra. And so as you do that and take a breath, come on back in and open your eyes. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. So we're going to get started today with the earth-based system of the ancient ancestor spirit oracle deck. So I'm going to connect in with the collective humanity that we are, because we're all in it together, folks. We're not separate beings unless you choose to isolate and think you're alone. We're actually in it all together. So let's bring all of our energies that are connected here into these cards, and we'll see what the cards say about the energies that we're going to be focusing on today. And I'm going to ask Katherine to cue me in as to which card wants to be known. So I'm just going to run my left hand over these cards, and Katherine, you tell me where to stop. There, okay. So this is the funnest way that I know to do cards, guys. No thought, no system, no format, just intuition working. So perfect. So this is a medicine wheel, and it says balance yourself. No kidding. There it is. You see that?
Nice.
Isn't that cool? So you have the stones in the center with different quadrants of color. There's a butterfly at the bottom of the wheel. And the Native Americans knew how to balance ourselves, balancing ourselves with the earth, with nature, and with all of the elements of the spirit world. And so this is a representation for you of a visual so that you can get an idea of what balance could look like for you. You know? Oh, there's a feather at the top as well. So the stones, let me just go into this a little bit. So stones are the history of the earth. When you think about the way that the earth was formulated and created on as one being on the planet, as one being in the universe, rocks hold the energy of every single lifetime, every bit of history. And so when we connect to rocks, when we connect to gems, when we connect to crystals, they hold the energy of all of the whole world. Isn't that amazing? So anytime you're out in nature and you're taking a walk, you know, or you're down at the beach and you find a stone or you find a piece of sand, that sand has that energy of the earth right there, right? So this says balance yourself, look at direction, growth, and life stages. So as we look at life stages and the direction that we're going and our own personal growth, what comes up for you as you listen to that, folks? What comes up for you? And I'll ask Katherine, what comes up for you as I talked about this card and you saw the images of that card?
I really resonate with that in my own personal life. I'm 42 now and feel like I'm really transitioning into this, you know, I've transitioned into mother and a more mature, wise part of my life as practitioner, as healer. And part of that came from, you know, finding myself as a spiritual coach, transitioning out of the psychotherapy realm into the spiritual coaching realm, where I was really able to, you know, I'm really bring all the parts of myself that I hold dear, that I want to share, into one place so that I get to do that. And with a profession that really gets to recognize all that I am. So yeah, moving into that more mature, wise phase of life that's feeling really good.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Mm-hmm.
Yummy. So how do you in your own life use symbols and mantras and color and formation to help you in this balancing act called life?
That's a fun question. You know, I think a lot about the seasons and the way life moves when I see that medicine wheel. And you know, I'm in Costa Rica, so it's quite hot here. The seasons are different than the Northern Hemisphere, but coming into spring, where you are, which is really about action and creativity and excitement. And, you know, in spring, grass shoots through pavement, right? There's this incredible life force energy to that phase. And then so I did a graduate program at Thai Sophia University, and we looked a lot at, similar to the medicine wheel, but the Chinese 5 elements. And so it's important to have that spring, right? But I feel like Western society, there's like this narrative that we're always supposed to be in that spring energy. We're always supposed to be producing and working and doing the next thing, right? And there's something wrong with us if we aren't in that energy and we want to rest. And so it's been really helpful for me to know about the other phases of the cycle, which is like the harvesting of the gifts of the spring in the fall, and then the summer of like enjoying the gifts, then the fall of like harvesting them, and then the winter of being still and being quiet and resting.
Yes, and, absolutely.
So thinking about the wheel, you know, that's one way to look at it that's been super helpful for me with like the rhythms of my life, and knowing that there's a time and place for everything. There's these different phases rather than we all need to be on all the time.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
That comes up when you ask that.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. So one of the things that I remember from my teachings of the medicine wheel from the Native Americans is that we don't all enter at the same time, right? Because we're all in different places and we're all at different ages on the planet. So depending on where you are, age-wise as well as emotionally wise and maturity-wise in every phase, depends on where you are on the wheel of life, right? So you could be in the winter of your life of resting and introspection and really your elder years. And I could be like a newborn baby just starting out, right? And there's no judgment about that at all.
Yeah.
It's about honoring exactly where each person is on their journey. And as coaches, we get to just witness you, which is so amazing, isn't it?
Absolutely amazing. Yeah.
How is it for you as a woman coaching other women? What comes up for you around this whole world of honoring women as to who they are and what they're about without judgment?
Yeah. I mean, working with women, like holding that space, that kind of space for women is my favorite thing to do. And through the work, I've seen the perfection of everyone's life path, right? The perfection of the journey. You know, someone goes through addiction and then what they learn and heal through that process of moving out of that, you know, the perfection of that. And I don't say that to say that I would ever wish hard things on anyone, but it's such an honor to hold space for my clients to move through those things. And so much of what I think is like holding space, knowing they're exactly where they need to be, is part of what creates that container for them to move through what's challenging and actually integrate it into a fuller sense of who they are and a fuller sense of their own divinity.
That's great.
Yeah, such beautiful work we both get to do. Like what a blessing, right?
Absolutely. So you have a program that's coming up, don't you? A 21-day
Yep.
experience. Why don't you tell us about that?
I'd love to. I'm super excited about it. It's actually 21 weeks.
Oh,
So
wait. Okay.
Yeah, it's a long one. Well, it's perfect. It's the right amount of time. It's a program called Inner Alchemy, and it's a 21-week transformational program for women. My heart and soul have been poured into this. It's really, I put together all of my favorite tools that have inspired me and really supported me in my life personally and with clients over, the last 20 years on my journey, and put them together to create this really sacred space of alchemy. And so we will be taking some real important time to create the container, like a real high frequency container together to support one another's transformation. I don't know if you like Lynn McTaggart, Pam, but her work, The Power of Eight, she's studied the power of group intentions and just has miracle after miracle to report, like the power of holding intention together for one another.
Oh, you're the second
incredible.
person. You're the second person that's mentioned that book. So I think I have to read it.
You'll love it.
That's great. Yeah.
So we'll create that space, and then we go through different modules that's all about alchemizing these different layers of ourselves. So like the inner alchemy process, I love inner parts work. We'll definitely bring that in, as well as other like higher self exercises, and then alchemizing our lifestyle habits and how we treat our bodies. So I did Zach Bush's Journey of Intrinsic Health program for coaches, and we'll be bringing in some of his work about what true hydration is, and gut health and the microbiome, and really how we can create this clear vessel that we have in our bodies to, resonate this frequency of who we are in the best way.
Wow, and that sounds amazing.
Yeah. And then we'll do alchemization around like really looking at our relationships and what is in alignment, what's not, our relationships to screens, so really looking at the external world and creating some beautiful, vital life care rituals to take forward to really have sustainable changes, so that every woman that goes through the program feels transformed and feels held as they go on with their life, like living in this new way.
Oh,
I'm so excited about it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So Emily, can you find that link to bring up for that program? It should be in the explanation of the course or the today's show. And if you can bring that up so that people can see that and sign up, that would be great. The other way that you can get a hold of Katherine for signing up for this is that we can give you her email. Do you want the email, or would you like them to go to the website itself?
My email is great. Yep.
Okay. And tell them what it is again. My
email is Katherine, Katherine, @sovereignheartcoaching.com.
Perfect.
And we'll set up a call, and I can tell you a lot more about the program, see if it feels like a good fit, because it's going to be a real tight, small group on purpose, so that we can really support each other on this first round. And so, we'll see if it's aligned.
All right. And so is this going to be in person, or is it going to be on Zoom?
On Zoom. Yeah.
All right. So you can have anybody anywhere, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Woo-hoo!
And because it's a small group, I'm purposefully not setting the time and day yet, because we'll be able to figure that out together. Mm-hmm.
Great. Awesome.
So if you're on the other side of the world, we'll figure it out. Yeah.
I love it. I love it so much. So folks, if you want to find out more about that, contact Katherine at sovereignheartcoaching.com. or you can contact me at brightbutterflynetwork.com if you don't know. Either one works. We can also, if we can find the link, we can put it up on the screen for you. We're going to take a break so that you can gather some water, gather a snack, use the restroom, whatever you need. And when we come back, we're going to talk to Katherine some more about what else she's up to with the other goodies. There's a reason that there's a horse on the screen here, because there's an intricate connection and relationship between Katherine and horses. So when we come back, we're going to talk more with Katherine and Sovereign Heart Coaching. We'll be back in a minute. What you needed and came back to this moment. And yes, we have a horse, of course, right here. Those of you who know Mr. Ed, the horse, will understand that relationship that I just talked about. And the of course, because he was a talking horse, of course. So anyway, we're back and we are talking to Katherine Finley about her beautiful work that she has been able to do in Costa Rica. I want to go and visit. I'd probably have to put, a whole how long does it even take to get from the United States to Costa Rica? Because you lived where? Midwest before you moved?
North Carolina. For you, it's a little longer. I mean, from Atlanta, it's 4 hours.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So it'd probably be 8 to 16 hours for me.
Yeah. You'd have to get to Atlanta or to Florida or Texas. And yeah.
Okay. All right. So it would be a little time, but that's okay. It's doable.
Yeah.
I can put that on my bucket list.
That's right.
Come and visit. Yes, you can introduce me to the horses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about the horses. What is your relationship with horses, and how did this all come about with the working with them?
Yeah. I'm so lucky to have horses in my life. I just thank the divine every day. I grew up riding horses and competing, and that's kind of where my love came. But then when I became a therapist, I learned about equine therapy and was like, well, that's my favorite things put together. So I did a lot of training in equine therapy and trauma-focused equine assisted therapy, and just saw the incredible potential of people being with beings that are their authentic selves, and that's what, we started the show off, like, that's what we're all here to do. Mm-hmm. And they do it. And so, then as I went into coaching, I went into understanding horses in more of an energetic way and a spiritual way, and did some beautiful trainings. I actually just worked in Costa Rica with Nansen's master learning the Liberty method, which is working with horses on the ground at liberty. So no halters, no bridles, and forming a bond with them as if you're in a herd. And so this is where people learn to like dance with horses.
Wow.
Eventually, with enough practice. And so horses, they have a huge heart field. It is at least 25 feet, they think, beyond the horse's body. So many times ours. And when we are in the presence of their heart field, like our heart field starts to entrain to that. And so we have more access. This is what I think is going on. More access to our own divine wisdom, our own, the voice of our higher self when we're in the presence of these beings. And so I get to, play and be in their presence and bring other people through retreats and workshops to be in their presence, to then see the magic that happens from there.
That is amazing. So I want to talk some more about that. But here's the way that spirit works, okay? We have Bobby on the line. Bobby is a dear, dear soul who's been my client since 2021, and he's totally blind. So before we get him on the line, because I know he's hearing us, what can be the relationship between us as a blind person and horses that is so special? How can that energy between them really heal whatever's going on for him?
Mm-hmm. Well, horses they are energetic beings, right? They're feeling our energy. Not that they don't use their eyesight for things, but mostly what they're using is their sense perception and of energy and their instinct. And so I believe working with horses like increases those perceptions in ourselves as well. So certainly a horse would have no judgment of anyone that's in front of them, and would work with the energetics of that person and form a relationship based on that. So
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I've never personally worked with someone that's blind with horses, but I can only imagine it would be quite beautiful.
Wow. Okay, cool. Well, Bobby, why don't you come on the line and let's have a conversation with Katherine.
Okay, Bobby, you are on the air.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, guys.
Hi. So did you hear what I just said about horses?
Yeah.
How do you,
I like horses.
Yeah. So that is an opportunity that you can look into for yourself, and we can talk more about that. But I just had a thought, Katherine, and you can take me up on it, or I can bring it in. But if you have access to being able to bring the energy of the horse in for Bobby, he and I work a lot with the energetic field, and we do a lot of the channeling, and the horse is an ancestor spirit. So would you be willing to try it out and bring in the ancestor spirit of the horse in for Bobby and see what comes through?
You know what I'm aware of, that it's propping up my computer right now. So my computer's going to move a little bit, but I have this beautiful deck that speaks to that. Have you seen this deck?
Oh my gosh. Way of the Horse.
The Way of the Horse.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So I could choose one of these cards for Bobby, and Bobby could help me choose one, but what feels in alignment for you, Pam?
Well, Bobby, how does that sound to have a horse card that's just for you?
That sounds good. I'll tell you when to stop. Tell me when you start.
Okay, give me a minute. Let me get out my deck. This is great.
See, everything's so perfect when we let go of the structure of how stuff is supposed to look. And just allow our intuition and our soul to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that great?
I wonder where Charlie and Mary fit into this with the horses.
Well, they probably are connected totally with the horses. Horses are spirits that have been around forever. So Catherine's going to work you through this. So just listen to her, and she'll share with you what there is to share.
Okay, Bobby, I'm going to start running my hand over the cards, and you say when I'm over the card that you'd like pick.
Okay, stop.
Okay. So it's 22. I'll show the listeners the card.
Oh, wow. And that eye, there's this really, really big, beautiful horse eye that just showed up, Bobby. Their eyes are incredibly gentle and loving and wise.
It's a gray horse. Yeah. So the name of this card is In a Silent Way. And it's about patience and equanimity, poise under pressure, and passive leadership. In light and in shadow, the wise gray mare watches over her herd with a calm mind and an open heart.
Wow.
So, and to say a little more about that, the leader of a wild herd is not the strongest and most aggressive. It is the smartest. And the leader is often, the one that will decide when to go to the watering hole and how to get there. It's not the horse that seems to be the most dominant. So that's that idea, the passive leadership. It doesn't look like we think of as that kind of dominant leadership, but it's super powerful. Yeah. Does that resonate with you, Bobby? How does that resonate?
Yeah, because I just lost my life partner a month ago, and the past couple of days, it's been a little hard, and I've done a lot of crying and stuff, and it sounds like what's coming through is, I'm not sure if it's she or if it's Mary who Charlie lost like 21 years ago, or if it's my Archangel Ariel who works with me. Some people say Ariel, some people say Ariel. It sounds like one of them is the leader of the pack, and they're going to show me, what my next steps are.
Beautiful, in a real benevolent way.
Another thing I want to share with you, Bobby, is that your spirit, your soul is incredibly gentle. And so I invite you to bring in the horse as your power animal, okay, to be on your spirit team.
Come on, horse, come on in.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's do some channeling for that. Let's bring that in for you now. We now call on the beautiful horse energy, the power of the horse energy, to come in now for Bobby to be on his team. Nasa tena mate keramakia atanakia enunu saramate kada yezo namai de bahia enunu mana yesana mamanda de di da. Go ahead and put your hands, Bobby, where it's coming into your body system. Done sana mane kerabai ni ana na yetu dana yazane. Udane sunehi nana. All right, so the energy of horse is power, okay? It's not power and domination over, it's actually personal.
Wow. That's cool.
Bobby, it looks like Pam froze a little bit. Yeah, go ahead. I can hear you.
So basically with the horse too will give me hugs, kisses, and loves, and no bites.
Absolutely. Lots of kisses and loves and hugs. Lots and lots and lots.
No bites.
And no bites.
Yeah.
No, horses are not going to bite you. Anything else you want to add, Katherine?
Yeah, we can learn so much from watching wild horses in a herd, and they really, what they love is to be in harmony. That is what they seek, to be in harmony. And so anything that looks more like dominant or aggression, it's just getting the horse in line to be energetically in harmony with the rest of the herd. But with a herd that is in harmony, it's this super deep feeling of peace, and they're all energetically connected, and all needs are met. All of their needs get to be met when they're in this harmonious system. So adding that to how it feels.
So it occurs to me that your herd is your human herd. It's allowing yourself to be a part of the human collective that love you and not separate from and trying to do life alone. So you're creating
Yeah.
your supportive team right now, your supportive herd that's going to
Yeah.
allow you to thrive, allow you to be the leader that you are.
Mm-hmm.
So yay, Bobby. Woohoo! You did it again. You got
Cool.
yourself hooked up.
Thank you for
I
coming
love you
on.
guys.
We love you too,
Yeah.
sweetheart. Have a really good day, okay?
You too.
Okay, honey. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. So we still have a few minutes left, folks. So anybody else that wants to call in or chat in the chat line on Transformation Talk Radio, you can do that with the number on your screen. Or if you're not watching the screen, it's 1-800-930-2819. As I said, we do have a few minutes left if you want to have more conversation with Katherine and Pam. So thank you for doing that reading for him. I love those cards that you have. Anything else that you'd like to share about the horse connection and also about the upcoming retreat that you have for horses and people?
Yeah, speaking about the herd with Bobby, this retreat coming up, I'm actually co-leading it with the Nan Zinsmaster that has been helping me learn the Liberty Method. So I'm bringing my tools as an equine coach, and then she's bringing her work as a Liberty trainer together. And her teacher, the Carolyn Resnick, who founded the Liberty Method, said if we learn the way horses connect, and she calls it the 5 heartfelt strings of connection, like these heartfelt strings can save the world. And because horses are a real model of existing as our authentic selves in a community where we all get to thrive and we all get to have our needs met. And so that's what this equine retreat is really about. It's being in the energy of the horse that already knows how to do this authenticity thing, right? Divine alignment thing, to come into alignment with who we really are. And then to try that on with other people and with horses, because horses will show us our patterns and our blind spots that we didn't see that maybe cause disharmony in relationships or disharmony with our relationship with ourselves. And we don't know what we don't know. And when we have blind spots, we have to have support to see them. And horses are just these beings that show us those blind spots in such a non-judgmental way, right? They're just responding to our energy.
I love that so much. So is this an in-person retreat?
This is in person in Costa Rica. It is one of my favorite places. It's absolutely breathtaking. It's not on the coast. It's right on Lake Arenal. And so Nan's farm, her ring is overlooking the lake and the volcano at the same time. It's
wow.
The most picturesque place. One of my favorite places I've been in the world. So it's just breathtaking to be there, and we get to be there with horses, with her herd, which are just an amazing herd that have done this Liberty work for years. So it's going to be great. It's going to be
wow.
great.
So once again, if you're interested in this, it's going to be in Costa Rica. So this could be like a life changer for anyone, any one of you women who are ready. Get a hold of Katherine ASAP, because when's the retreat?
June. So it's the first week of June. It'll be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So Wednesday will be a break day to, explore that area of Costa Rica, have fun, zip line, do whatever you want to do on that break day.
Wow. Okay.
But it'll be that first week of June. Yeah.
All right. So Katherine at sovereignheartcoaching.com. Yes. So again, it's Katherine, Katherine. Is that right? At Sovereign. How? Yeah. Let me see if my brain can do this. Can you bring it up on the screen, Emily? sovereignheartcoaching.com so that people can see it.
Yeah.
So Sovereign is SOVEREIGN.
Yep,
I did it. And heart is HERT, like your heart.
HEART.
Thank you. Coaching, COACHING.com. There we go. I did it. Yes. Awesome. So there you go. So get a hold of her if you want to work it out so that you can come to Costa Rica and have this amazing experience. And you do daily or weekly coaching outside of the group program and the coaching retreats. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yep. I have individual clients as well. About half of those right now are online and half are in person here in Costa Rica. Yeah. So if it feels like you'd like to work with me, but those two offerings don't feel like a fit, yeah, reach out. See if individual work might be right.
All right. And you are only working with women, correct?
For individual work, no. I'll work with anyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I work, it just turns out that I work mostly with women.
I understand.
Those are the souls called to me. But
I understand.
if you feel a resonance and don't identify as a woman, please still reach out and we'll see if individual work would be a fit. These two offerings I have right now, the group and the retreat, are both for women.
Okay, great. Awesome. And when I say only women, don't take offense, anybody who's listening, please. Okay. I say that so that if you identify as a man, that doesn't exclude you. Okay. Don't feel excluded. It's simply a choice that we each make, right? So Katherine's choosing to work with women in an intimate setting, in a group for 21 weeks, and in the horses retreat. If you resonate with me and want to work with me, I will work with men or women, and I will work with people that have different identifications in the world. Okay. So gender is not an issue with me at all. And I'm open to whatever shows up. Any of you who feel like a resonance with me, I would love to connect with you. You can do that by contacting me at Bright, BRIGHT, Butterfly, BUTTERFLY, network, NETWORK.com. And I will look forward very much to working with you. So any last words before we end? End our show for today.
No, it's just so beautiful to be in your energy field again, Pam.
Oh, thank you.
And this is what group work can do, right? Like we raise each other's vibrations, and that's what it's all about in my mind and heart. So
my really little heart too,
connect.
Sweetheart. Absolutely. Absolutely. So folks, here's the deal. Okay. If you've been watching me for a while and tuning in, this show is all about building you up, tooting your own horn, celebrating yourself, bringing your essence into every moment of your life. If that is something that you want, then I highly recommend that you consider hiring a coach. Coaching is different from counseling. Okay. Some of the same essences exist in both. My understanding of how it was told to me is that counseling really, really deals with the past. It deals with the issues that have been holding you back for a lifetime. And then once we clear that away, then we can go to the present and look forward. But it's really hard to look forward if you've got all this sludge in your past, right? And that you kind of hauled forward right now. So coaching says, okay, given that all that stuff is there, how do we move forward from here? Okay. Really simplified way of saying it, but that's kind of my idea about the difference. Do you have a different definition of that you can offer folks that are kind of wrestling with that?
Yeah, because I've done both, right? It's always kind of a question in my own mind, and something I'm so aware of now that I've fully stepped out of the counseling therapy realm and into coaching is there's also a lot of collective consciousness around the therapy counseling realm that is tied into diagnoses and terms like mental illness and poor functioning, like these terms that insurance companies require. As a therapist, I had to diagnose people to get their insurance to pay for their sessions, right? And so there's this collective consciousness around illness in the field. And it doesn't mean there's not amazing therapists out there that are doing really beautiful healing work. There absolutely are. But I noticed, like, stepping into the coaching field, I get to really be in the energetic of what's possible, like what's possible, and not be tied to labels and these outside organizations' way of saying what is high functioning for a person or not, right? Like, it gets to be the client in front of me and what are their dreams and visions and what is possible, and that anything is possible. So it's a different energetic in my body, which is something that feels so good. And there's a place for therapy, right? Like, there's definitely a place for that. If you have trauma to process, there's some really great trauma therapists out there to help with that. So there's a place for both, but that's something I'd add to the difference.
Of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you are a person that knows that you've got some unfinished business to deal with, and it's trauma related, or illness related, then absolutely get yourself a counselor. Absolutely. Don't stop because we're saying coaching's the greatest, right? We do think coaching's the greatest, but that's beside the point. But really listen to your heart, right? That's my biggest message always, is listen to your own heart and your own intuition, which everybody has, whether you're a woman, a man, or an other, right? Doesn't matter what you call yourself. If you're a human being, you've got intuition. So listen to that and let that be your guiding light. Okay. So we're going to do one more card here because I can at the time, from our Ancestor Spirit Oracle deck. Oh, interesting. Okay. This one is your psychic strength. So to break down psychic, it is your inner knowing. Okay. It doesn't mean, oh, somebody else can do it and I can't. It's listening to your intuition. Okay. So shield, talismans, and golden light. Okay. So allowing yourself to bring the golden light in, allowing yourself to protect your own energy from outside influences. That doesn't mean like there's a problem, but like, can I pull myself back in to who I am here so that this can be my director? Okay, so that's my invitation to you today. Listen to what's right here in you, and then that will dictate and guide you in your days to come. So, Katherine, thank you so much for coming to our call today.
Thank you so much.
So glad you're here.
Yeah, great to be with you.
And we will get the links up on the screen if we can, if that's possible. If it's not possible in this show, you can contact either Katherine or myself for more information, and we'll get you hooked up with your beautiful horse energy and your beautiful 21-week group process.
And for hearing about those things on your show, there's a 10% discount for either one of those. Yeah.
Woohoo! There you go,
Yeah.
guys. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Listen, have an amazing day, everyone, and know that you're absolutely loved. And next week, I'm going to bring Paula Ann on the show to talk to us about more goodies about her psychic world that she is involved in and her angel work, which is something to look forward to. So until next week, we will talk to you then, and know that you are in charge of your own life. It's up to you. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Empower Me Show with Pam Bright on Transformation Talk Radio. Tune in to learn more about living a fully empowered life. Remember that your life is up to you, and you can choose the spiritual path you are on. There is spiritual energy and wisdom in everything and everyone around you. Listen carefully for what the universe is trying to tell you in every moment. You are already being guided along your journey. Call upon your spirit guides anytime you need help with anything. Know that you are safe in every moment, even if it seems that you are not. For more information about Pam Bright, visit brightbutterflyenterprises.com or email theempowermeshow@gmail.com. Thank you very much for listening. We hope to see you next week.